Hello and welcome to Discovering Grayslake, unveiling the stories and people that make our town so unique. I'm your host, David Wool, and I'm thrilled to bring you this new podcast that explores fascinating stories and experiences of local business owners and community leaders, right here where we call home. Grayslake Rehabilitation Center is a community-based private practice physical therapy provider. Do you know they have 13 clinical providers with various levels of specialties, including orthopedics, sports, neurology, vestibular, geriatrics, pelvic floor, and aquatic? What? Did I just say they have a pool? Well, they do, and it's the largest indoor warm water pool in Lake County, featuring 2 underwater treadmills and swim currents. And recently added clinical treatment specialties, in layman's terms, shockwave. They have both radial and focus units that are the newest tool in regenerative medicine, available to everyone. They pride themselves on the most current and up-to-date specialized care to keep you moving. If you're looking for physical therapy, make sure to see our friends at Grayslake Rehabilitation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Discovering Grayslake. We're back here at Agora. Luke is so kind to let us record from here. We are on the corner of Center and Atkinson. Agora is a co-working place, so if you need co-working space, actually. So if you need an office for a day, for a week, or a lifeline at home for your business, Agora is great. Just come in and see Luke. A lot of different options over here, so shout out to them. Today, I'm with Jessica Hofer from Peppermint Stick Children's Center.
Hello, hello.
Hi, it's so nice to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I know a little bit about Peppermint, but first of all, I know you have a big history there. How many years have you been there?
13 years.
13 years?
Yep.
That's a really
This
long time.
August, 13 years.
Wow. So how did you get to work at Peppermint? You have a background in education?
Yes. So I was a kindergarten teacher prior to working at Peppermint Stick. And then I started having babies of my own, and I was looking for a teaching job. And my friend Brittany was like, you should come work at Peppermint Stick. Bring your kiddies with you. And I was like, that sounds perfect, bringing your kids to work every single day.
Well, yeah.
So I interviewed, I got the job, and I never went back to public school teaching because I fell in love with Peppermint Stick, and I've been there ever since.
What is your role there now?
Right now I'm the program director.
You're the program director.
Yes, and so my kids started there when they were 2 years old. They're well past that. They've aged out now, 13 and 15 years old. Wow. But their whole little preschool career was with me at Peppermint Stick, and they had a blast. They learned so many things, had made so many friends. They're still best friends with some of the kiddos that they met when they were 3. So
right. And Peppermint Stick's like a staple in Grayslake. I mean,
it's very well known.
Yes.
And I did not know that when I started 13 years ago, but it is
really?
very popular, and they've been in Grayslake for over 50 years.
Yes, I know. I went to Peppermint Stick.
Oh, yes.
Which is funny. I think we were having a conversation before that I went to Peppermint Stick, but there wasn't availability for my little guy to go to Peppermint Stick because your enrollment, like you guys are packed, right?
Fully enrolled.
Really?
Yep, until probably like 2026.
Really? So if somebody's listening right now and they want...
I mean, you can always call because people, move in and different situations happen. So there's room, but if you want in, call now.
Right, and so you put on a waiting list then?
Yep.
Okay. So age-wise, you said your kids aged out. So you're from like babies, infants?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yep. To
Wow.
12 years.
Okay, so how much do you like the baby room then?
That's my favorite. Yeah, my favorite. Well, I mean, I go back and forth between that and pre-K, but like the great part of my job is I get to experience all the ages. I go in and give them baby cuddles when they need, and then go up front and.
So it's not for them. You're just getting your fix.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's
perfect.
Cool. So 6 weeks, the baby room all up, and then. Okay, so there's different locations of Peppermint Stick. So in Grayslake, you guys are obviously right on, it's Whitney.
Whitney Street, yep.
And then you have another location you take kids at the church in Grayslake too.
Yes, at St. Andrews on Park Avenue. We have a before and after school program for all of the elementary schools. Avon, Woodview, Meadowview, Prairie View. We bus them to and from school.
Oh.
So if you need before care, you can drop your kiddos off early. If you need after school care, school gets out around 2. We pick them up and bring them back to our school, do some fun activities with them, help with homework.
Wow. Well, that's extremely valuable, especially being a parent. Like, what do you do with your kids if you have to work?
Exactly.
Wow.
And I mean, 2:15 is early still, right?
Very
Not everyone
early.
has that great job where they can get done at 2 o'clock and be home with their kiddos. And it's great for the school-age kids because they get to go and have fun with their friends and do some homework, so you don't have to worry about that. And
that would be nice. Can I just send them there if I don't need it? I
sure,
can go ahead and get their homework done and then come home.
Of course, right? You don't want to do that part.
So now there's also another location in Round Lake.
Yes.
Okay.
Same thing. They start at 15 months. They don't have a baby room. 15 months to 12 years.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so do you have anything to do with helping manage that and everything?
I can help them, yeah.
You can help them.
I can, and I do. Yeah, go back and forth. But my main job is at Grayslake.
Okay. So with the employees that are there, do you know who your longest standing employee is? Is it you?
Well, the owners, definitely.
Okay.
They've been there over 30 years each.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so both of them have been there 30 years. I think Round Lake, there's some employees that have been there for over 20 years.
Holy smokes.
And then we're coming up to, Grayslake is around 10 to 13 years.
Wow. That's great. It's something to be said about people, especially in childcare industries, that can hold employees for a long time, because it seems like in childcare people switch jobs a lot.
Definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
Well, kudos to you. You guys must be doing a great job over there.
Thank you.
So let's talk about some of the special programs, things that you're really passionate about, and things that make Peppermint stand out over other places.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, the first one, the infant classroom, it is new to us in the past 6 years. We just celebrated our 6-year anniversary of having an infant room. So that was really exciting for us because, get them in when they're babies, and then we get to see them grow up. Our first group of infants are 6 years old now, and they still go to our school. So it's just really cool to see how much they've grown and developed there being with us. So, and we get to wish them off to kindergarten, and they're all ready to go.
That's awesome.
So that's
just to
really
get to
fun.
see them move up every step.
Exactly.
Wow.
You learn. It's really fun to just be a part of the community and learn all the families that live around Grayslake, and it's like they're home away from home.
Are you looking for a great time right in the heart of our awesome community? Well, look no further than the Grayslake Village Center, your one-stop destination for all things fun and fabulous. Picture this. Historical downtown vibes with a mix of diverse businesses, an array of unique shops, and delicious restaurants. Many with outdoor seating, with an option to soak up the sun or shade. But that's not all. The Village Center is where the action is. And just like the weather, it's definitely heating up. There are events that take place all year round for the whole family. But now, you'll even have more options. Fill up your calendar with things to do. Also, take a stroll through Central Park, Gelatin Park, surrounding trails, green spaces, and more activities to keep you and your friends and family active all summer long. And now that the weather is warming up, dive into the Aquatic Center, open Memorial Day to Labor Day. But wait, there is more. Visit GrayslakeVillageCenter.com to discover an incredible lineup of events that are happening every month. Be in the know. Not sure what you're waiting for, so come on down, soak up the local vibes, and enjoy the experience that's unmistakably local and uniquely Grayslake. Grayslake Village Center, where the fun never stops.
Yeah, you guys must know just about everybody.
Right, yes.
Except for the people that are on the waiting list.
It's really funny when I go out in the town, and the little kiddos are like, "What are you doing? Why are you not at Peppermint Stick?" Right. I'm like, "You think I live there?"
Right, you have a job outside of this, too, yes.
So that's always fun.
Okay, so the baby room?
The baby room.
Some of the other highlights there.
Yes, we also, we're on year 2 of our Head Start program, which is a preschool program to help low-income families get ready for kindergarten. Okay. So not everyone can afford the preschool that we offer. So Head Start helps with that.
So is that like a state program, a government program?
Government-funded program.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm assuming that not all preschools have a Head Start program.
No.
Okay, what kind of hoops do you have to jump through to qualify for that?
Well, first of all, you have to be amazing, like we are. You have to have qualified staff, and we partner with the Head Start program, and they come in and they do monthly checks to make sure we're doing everything we're supposed to. A lot of paperwork to go along with that. Government funded stuff always has that, and then the families have to also follow the Head Start regulations.
Sure.
Some medical things that you have to, go to the dentist, go to the doctor.
Sure. Okay, so with Head Start, is that something that you guys approach them, or they pick out things and they approach you?
They approached us.
Oh.
Yep. And
okay.
they said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And we said, "Of course."
Wow.
And you have to qualify too. So they came in, they looked at our building, kind of interviewed us, make sure we were a good fit, and then we were golden.
Wow, that's fantastic. So how many kids go through Head Start? Do you have any idea? Sorry if I'm going to put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. At our school, we have 13 slots.
Okay.
At our other school, we have around 30. And it's a 2-year program. So from ages 3 to 5. From 3, you get in, and then you graduate to go to kindergarten.
Oh,
so
cool.
The kiddos, once they get in, it's around 2 years that they're with us.
Wow, that has to be really rewarding as well, too.
It is. I just love the kids and seeing them grow, and we're prepping for kindergarten. That's number one.
Wow. Okay, so yes, I remember because my little guy just not that long ago was in a preschool, program going through that. So I'm sure a lot of parents have like the same questions and concerns of things from safety to who's teaching my kids to what they're eating and, time and structure and everything like that. So besides dealing with the kids, you also have to deal with the parents.
Yes.
And I mean this in a very nice way.
Yes. Gotta love them. Yeah, no, I mean, that's like number one. You're trying to decide where you want to leave your baby, your world for 8+ hours a day. So you have to trust them. And so that's number one for us, building trust with the parents and the families, letting them know everything we do to make sure that they're in a safe and secure environment. We have cameras in our classrooms. We have lock facility. We have an app that we communicate with the parents with to know who's checking them in, checking them out, letting them know how they're doing. They get to see picture updates throughout the day, make sure it's nice sitting at work and you see a picture of your smiling baby.
Sure.
You're rest assured that they're having a good day and you're busy working, missing them.
Wow. No, that's great. And that is a sense of security as well. And then
Exactly.
They know all of that. Okay, so besides Head Start, obviously that's a huge thing, the accreditation through the federal government.
Yes.
It has to be a lot of fun on your end. So other programs that are going on there that you're excited about?
Yes, we're actually on year 2 of another preschool program that we have, which is called a STEAM-based preschool. So it's your typical preschool program, but it's STEAM-based. Like I said, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So the whole curriculum is built around all of those things. Kind of just provide a different preschool aspect, but still aligning with the Illinois Early Learning Standards, getting you prepped for kindergarten, but in a whole new way.
We're taking a quick break just to say hello because everybody knows Nano, and Nano knows real estate. And actually, I believe that's the name of her Instagram page. So if you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or know somebody in the market for a home, contact Nano from Baird & Warner. She's a Grayslake girl helping out Grayslake people.
This preschool program is part day. So if you want a part day preschool, which some families do in Grayslake, then you would go there. If you want a full day preschool, then you would go to our main location at Peppermint Stick.
Gotcha.
So this one is at the church.
Oh, at the church, okay.
We rent the classrooms in the basement at St. Andrews.
Right. And I've been over there. It's a cool facility. It's nice, and it's nice that you have something so close. The two locations are like really close to each other.
Yes. It was actually worked out perfectly because our program expanded so big, we needed to get some more space, and we couldn't really add on to the building that we have. So we're like, where can we find extra classrooms? And it just so happened to be that there were some classrooms there that we could utilize.
Wow. What a great problem to have.
Right?
I guess that's good.
It is good. It's
and the
fun.
facility is really nice because you guys have a large area for the kids to play, too, with your nice fancy new fence, too.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, everyone loves our playground. It's very, I drive by some centers in the area or not in the area, but all the time I'm always looking at their playgrounds, and it's nice to have a big yard to run.
Yeah, well, of course, and get them out and blow off some steam too, especially at that age. You gotta get them out and run them.
Needed. Definitely needed.
Okay, other programs. I know that you have a ton of different stuff that you guys are doing.
Yes, well, we have your typical early preschool, 2 to 3 years old, regular preschool, 3 years old, and pre-K, pre-kindergarten, 4 to 5 years old. All of those are full-day programs, learning all the things you need for kindergarten. And I say kindergarten, but obviously it's for life. The number one thing you can learn in daycare and preschool is sharing, how to take turns, how to get along, how to meet people. That is number one. And then all of the other things come with it, how to write your name, how to add. That all comes with it. But number one is
Yeah, the whole socialization aspect to like how do you play with a bunch of other kids?
Exactly.
Yeah, and
and
get along.
that is definitely needed when you get older.
I don't play well with others. I still don't play well with others. Maybe, but I went to Peppermint Stick, so that was 50 some years ago. So
I always remember the story when I first started here. Someone said, later in life you can get a math tutor, you can get a reading tutor, you can get all those kind of tutors. But when in life could you get a tutor to teach me how to take turns?
They're called therapists.
Yeah. I'm like, do I know how to get something back if someone took it from me or whatever? So
yeah, no, they're life lessons that you guys get to instill at an early. I want that 6 weeks.
It starts early.
Yeah.
Start early, and you
wow.
Definitely.
Yeah, I admire what you and your staff does because I could never do anything like that. So how many kids are enrolled?
There's about 100. And there's more than 100 at the Round Lake location, definitely. So, and it's a revolving door, obviously, because they grow out, they age out and they go to kindergarten and public school and stuff. So, it is a revolving door.
Yeah, I'm sure that, and it's nice when you have them from now, especially at your place, from babies all the way up.
Yes.
Have you had situations where you have like people that have gone through that are parents now?
Yes, and that's actually one of the greatest stories. There's multiple stories, but number one is Miss Brady. She works at Grayslake location. Her grandma took her daughters to Peppermint Stick because she wanted to go bowling. So it was like in the 1960s, 70s. She wanted to join a bowling league. So she's like, oh, I can drop the girls off at Peppermint Stick.
So she can go bowling.
And then she would pay 50 cents extra for lunch.
That's hilarious.
If she wanted to stay a while. And then, so her children went there. Those ladies became moms. And it was a no-brainer on where to send their kids. So they went to Peppermint Stick. Miss Brittany was one of the children.
Was she really?
Yep. And then now, when she went away to college, she was going to be a teacher. When she was home for summer, she would work at Peppermint Stick.
Right.
And then when our infant room opened, Miss Brittany brought her baby to Peppermint Stick and started working there as well.
Okay, so I like that.
That was a lot of generations and amazing.
The generational daycare.
Yeah, and that happens time and time again. They'll come in and parents are like, I went here, my kid has to go here, and it's just so cool to see.
That's awesome. I like that you say, too, that especially people that work there that have a child there as well. Dropping my child off somewhere, somebody that actually works there, and it must make it so much more important to them in keeping focused when your own child goes there to know what you're doing and what your goal is every single day.
Yes, exactly. And there's a lot of benefits of bringing your kid there, and it's cool to see. It's cool to see how they're interacting with their kids different, than what they are at home. And parents will always say, too, like, they ate broccoli? I'm like, yeah,
right.
Peer pressure. But, kids act totally different when they're at school than when they're at home. And it's cool to see as a parent and as the director.
Wow. So have you seen a lot of things change? I mean, you've been there a really long time. Since you've been there, what do you think some of the biggest changes that have been made?
Some of the biggest changes, definitely technology.
Okay.
When I first started, we didn't have like the communication app or anything like that, so we did everything on paper, and I feel like that's old school now, obviously.
Right.
Now we communicate a lot on the app, and everything is automated. So that is a big change. And then I hate to even say COVID, but that
There's
helped.
the C word. There we go again.
I hate to say it, but I think that really changed early childhood education for everyone. The government finally figured out that we're essential.
Right.
So I feel like that change is happening slowly, but it's definitely more on the upwing rather than them forgetting about us.
Right.
So
what did you guys
helped.
What did you guys do? I don't want to. I hate talking about COVID,
It's
but
okay.
like, what did you guys do?
So we had to close down for the first 2 weeks, but then our Round Lake location became an essential program, and they were open for essential workers. So because people had to go to work, so we had to go through DCFS,
right.
do all our things. the rules were so nutty, but we don't need to go there.
Right.
But we did it, and we helped a lot of families, and that's one thing about Peppermint Stick is we're there for the community, there for the families, 100%, even in a pandemic.
Yeah, that was a big deal. My little guy was in daycare at that time too,
Yeah.
and I couldn't even believe like when they shut down. We're like, well, wait a minute, and everybody has to go to. If we still had to go to work, or you still have something to do.
Exactly. So many people still had to go to work. What do you do?
Right. All right, we're going to take a break talking about Peppermint for really quick. As many probably know that you and I are actually, we're friends because we actually got to meet on a podcast for Jam and T-shirts.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's me too.
Yeah, and that's your like your side hustle.
Yes.
How in the hell do you have time for all of this
Some
stuff?
days I wonder.
Yeah, I was going to say
my partner in crime is very beneficial.
It's got to be really hard to do to juggle your time because it sounds like with Peppermint that's like engulfs from morning to night.
Yes.
Then you go home and make T-shirts and get ready for the next day.
Yeah. Well, you sleep when you're dead.
All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. So what we're going to do now is Hot Seat.
Woo.
Okay. With Jessica Hofer.
The Grayslake Hot Seat is brought to you by Joe Velez at JPV Financial. It's often said that those who fail to plan are planning to fail. Joe Velez and his team at JPV Financial create unique financial plans that address some of the most difficult challenges that people might face as they get older. No matter what stage of life you're in, having a proactive financial plan can help navigate some of the difficult decisions you'll face, helping you live your life by design, not default. Securities and investment advisory service offered through Osaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Now for the Grayslake Hot Seat. Hey, thanks, Joe.
Hey, bartender, can I have a?
Coors Light.
Yeah, that was a big one. What's your favorite sports team?
Chicago Bears.
Highest score in bowling?
Oh, golly. Like 100?
Anybody that says, oh, golly, it's got to be under 100. I'm just saying.
100 maybe is my lucky day.
Speaking of sleep, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl, for sure.
Do you have a go-to karaoke song?
Shania Twain. Any.
Any.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Gotcha. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Pool or ocean?
Both.
What's your favorite candy?
Oh, my goodness. Almond Joy.
What's the last movie you saw?
Twisters. Yesterday.
Oh, nice. Your biggest fear?
Drowning.
Really? Drowning. Not tornadoes, obviously. Probably when you're top. How many texts do you send a day?
Well, I've never counted, but I can imagine 40.
40-ish. What do you put on your pizza?
Pepperoni, mushrooms, and green olives.
Excellent. What's the last thing you purchased on Amazon?
Tinkerbell wings.
I'm sure there's a good story that goes behind that. Why did you purchase Tinkerbell wings? Just for a costume party?
Yep, Beer Olympics.
Okay. All right. See, we asked you a couple of these on the last time. Do you have a pet peeve? Something that you can't stand?
Yes, when someone leaves the box of food in the pantry when it's empty.
Oh, my God. I can't even.
I'm going to wrap them up and give them to her for Christmas.
Yeah, I think
kids.
that's a great idea. I like the
What
empty milk cartons are my favorite,
Yes.
I think. What's the last show you binge watched?
Currently, The Good Doctor.
Okay.
It's a good one.
When you eat tacos, do you tilt your head to the right or the left?
Probably to the right. But I
Probably.
have to-
She just wobbled her head side to side, by the way. It's just like good. Did you play a sport in high school?
Basketball.
Basketball. Nice. I did ask you how good of a driver you were last time from 1 to 10.
I probably said a 1. I'm still a 1.
You're still a 1. You haven't gotten any better.
No.
And I'm not sure if I asked you last time, but have you ever had a roller dog from a gas station?
Nope, it's still on my to-do list. I'm waiting for you, Dave.
Okay, thank you. Maybe we'll go get one after. I think last time I promised you a beer and it didn't happen, so
Right,
I think
yeah.
this one the roller dog is out. I know I asked you about theme party. I know you guys had a joint birthday party where you guys had a prom, but if you have to have a party at your house and have a theme party, what would it be? Obviously not the prom.
No, gosh. But I do love theme parties. How about we'll do a spooky Halloween party since that's coming up.
Nice. And random fact about Jessica too, that so you and your sister are trying to go to every country thunder
Yes.
across the United States.
Yeah, so there's 6 country thunders 2 in Canada, 1 in Wisconsin, Arizona, Florida. That's 6. So we've conquered 3.
3.
Canada, Arizona, and Wisconsin.
Okay.
We have 3 left.
We'll check back in with you and see how you do on that. What's your favorite vacation you've ever been on?
Alaska.
I don't think I asked you. What was your first concert?
Lady Antebellum.
Really?
I can't say that. Lady A.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed
Sorry.
not supposed to say that now. Excellent. Favorite place to eat in Grayslake?
Emos. Of course.
Hands down. But you do bounce around other.
Definitely go around all of the Grayslake locations. But.
And what's your favorite event in Grayslake as well?
I probably said the lights last time, and it still is my favorite. But I just think about all the things, and Summer Days is also number 1.
Gotcha. Which is coming up. Actually, yep. I think when this episode will air, it's just coming up in a couple weeks. Yeah. I hope I have that because I'm supposed to play some music there. All right. So if you had to write a book, what would it be about?
Sharing.
Yeah. Really?
Some kids kids know how to share. Some adults, while teaching kids, may not technically know the right way.
Because they didn't go to the right preschool.
Exactly.
See? It's all coming full circle around here. All right, so we're going to end our hot seat question here, but we're also going to transition back into Peppermint. I want to talk about awards. Have you ever won an award personally first?
Hey, neighbors. This is Bill Mock with the Grayslake Chamber of Commerce. And if you're looking for a network of hard-working, customer-focused, and generally friendly local businesses who are dedicated to helping each other succeed, then I'd like to invite you to check out and consider joining our Grayslake Chamber. We offer our members so many ways to advance their businesses through social networking events, special event sponsorships, informative lunch and learns, and the ever-popular after-hours mixers. Come see why we say we're the new wave of business here in Lake County.
Personally, I did have the Beer Olympics trophy. Does that count?
I think.
Just kidding. I don't know.
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
All right. So how about it at Peppermint? We'll transition back to there. So I know that you guys, because obviously a place like Head Start programs don't come to places that, haven't either won awards or different accolades. So tell me about some of the things that you have there.
Yes. So we actually just completed our Accelerate review, which Accelerate is a quality rating system where other people from the government come observe your school, do pop visits, do interviews with the staff, and determine if you meet all of their criteria to be acknowledged as a high-quality preschool.
Holy cow.
So we just went through that. You have to do it every couple of years, and we've been doing it now for about 8 years.
That sounds extremely stressful.
No, I love it. We get to show off what we do, and we're great at it. So
you have a very good attitude.
Thanks.
Yes, it's like an interrogation of what you guys do and what you love.
It's really, it's perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
So with that, you have to have that, and it's every couple of years.
Well, you don't have to, but the good preschools do. So it's just an acknowledgement of these people are doing what they're supposed to, and they do it right all the time.
Gotcha. So if somebody listening to this who's not at Peppermint and in the market too.
Yeah, you can go see if your preschool is on the Accelerate award list.
Okay.
And see how well they're doing.
Wow. That's fun. That's because there's so many different preschools. And it sounds like you have a lot of things that you guys do that set you apart. But there's a lot of things that's probably one of the biggest choices parents make, right?
Definitely is.
Yeah.
Definitely a hard decision because, like I said in the beginning, where are you going to bring your babe? Where are you going to bring your world?
Right.
They're your world, right? And you got to drop them off somewhere to go to work, and you want to make sure they're loved.
Yeah, and driving by there during drop off or pickup, like at a certain time, I look at you guys and I'm like, oh my God, it seems like just crazy being able to check everybody in and get everybody picked up and transition them into their rooms and everything.
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
Wow. Fun.
I keep saying fun. But
yeah, I don't find a whole lot of things fun about that, quite honestly.
It's a lot of fun.
It sounds challenging, which is great, though.
One cool thing about our place that we have a lot of parents say is that it is an old house, and so many parts have been built on. But when you go in, you feel like you're at home. So you're home away from home.
Yeah,
and it's a cozy environment.
Yeah, it's just not like so many places you go in and it's like a complete, not that sterile is bad, but you walk in and like, but for fun for kids, there's just every room's just exactly the same all the way around. Doesn't have any character.
You feel
to
like
it.
you're home, and you get to know the staff, and we have the staff get to know all of the families, and they all have a great relationship. So you know you're leaving your kids in good hands.
Absolutely. So let's talk about Peppermint giving back, because I know that you guys were a sponsor of one of the last shows we did. I think it was the 90s party that we did. So thank you very much for you guys sponsoring that.
Thank you.
Other ways that you guys are involved in the community, ways that you give back as well.
Yeah, we do. We have been in the farmers market out there showing off, our school. We belong to a group called Birth to Five, and it's an Illinois group trying to get preschool for all for everyone in Illinois. So we belong to that as well, and it's just learning what we're doing now and how we can make it better for the future.
That's really cool. It's funny when you say that preschool for all. So is that a huge? Obviously, I'm ignorant to that. Is that a big problem?
That is. Oh well, yeah. I mean,
because
it's not affordable,
right,
all the time,
right,
and it's not mandatory in the state of Illinois yet. So
is that something they're going to make mandatory? You think?
I mean, they've been talking about it for a while, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's interesting because I think they should.
The studies show that it is very, very helpful before you go to kindergarten.
Oh, they have to be leaps and bounds ahead. If, let's say, they started with you at 6 weeks old,
right,
and they go through all of those years walking into kindergarten, they're ready to go.
Ready to go.
Wow, it's like the college prep, but it's the kindergarten prep.
We're the Harvard of preschools.
And so you have a lot of educational background too, obviously, with being at schools, and you've continued education along, which makes you very qualified for this, obviously.
Thank you, yes. I got my master's at Concordia in special education for early childhood.
Isn't it funny where the road leads, where you end up? Like you could be somewhere teaching special ed
I could, yeah.
Wow. But you're obviously very happy about this decision.
I'm very dedicated to Peppermint Stick.
Wow, how long are you going to be there then? Is this your lifelong home?
I think so, yes.
Good. Now that you've dedicated all these years then.
I want to, the owners of Peppermint Stick have definitely shown that they're amazing and they're great at what they do, and I want to be like them someday.
Wow, that's very cool. And it's great to have good role models.
Yes,
like
essential.
That. Yeah, and just to move along, especially because your attitude obviously is exactly perfect for the job that you have with your fun turn.
It's all fun.
It's all fun. I think I've seen you outside of there, and that's not always fun though.
Most people have no idea what to do with their aging loved one who needs help. Well, there is a solution. A company that provides care and assistance to make your loved one feel right at home. At Right at Home, their mission statement is to improve the quality of life for those they serve. They offer extensive services: personal and companion care, safety supervision and transportation, fall prevention, dressing and bathing assistance, medical reminders, meal prep, hospice support, ambulation support, stroke recovery, Parkinson's support. The list goes on and on and on. If you have an aging loved one that needs help, call Right at Home. Most people prefer to age in their home rather than moving to an assisted living or nursing home. Right at Home can make this happen. Contact Right at Home at rightathomenlc.com or give them a call, 847-984-0103. Now back to the show.
It's okay.
It's okay. But you guys also everybody deals with a bunch of challenges, especially if you have that many kids.
Of course.
And parents and everything.
Yes, of course. But and that's what I also love. I love being able to help the community and help the families, and the owners are 110% great at that. Even staff, when you need a helping hand, we're there for you, and we do what we can.
Yeah, and especially because every child is so different, and you have 100 of them.
Yes, it's great.
And the socialization part, I always go back to, because that was always a big argument between, I'm sure, husbands and wives all the time. Like, why should we send them to school? Why should we do that? But after you see them and they come out of there, but I'm sure you have biters and pushers and all of that, but they have to learn through that somehow, right?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And we're great at handling all of that and teaching them how to be nice.
Teaching them how to be nice. I think if everybody just be nice, the world would be a lot better place.
Everyone should come to Peppermint Stick.
That's right. Okay, so I was going to ask. So the Round Lake facility is, so you guys, it's not a chain. Peppermint Stick isn't a chain.
It's just 2 locations.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Because I didn't understand how all that.
Yeah, 2 locations.
Right.
Just one in Round Lake, one in Grayslake. Same owners.
Same owners, but not really affiliated with each other. Whether you're affiliated with each other because you run the same programs.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, other things that we wanted to talk about, because you guys do so much there. I mean, if you look through your guys' website and all the things going through, I think the Head Start program is just a wonderful opportunity for people that aren't able to do it. And I think we talked about how many, like you said, you was 13 slots?
Yes.
So in Grayslake, are there other, I'm sure that there's other preschools that are in Head Start program?
Not in Grayslake, no.
Really?
Yep, we're the only one.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a huge deal.
Yes.
Wow. Other programs we've failed to mention, or things that you think that Grayslake should know about your facility, staff, anything like that?
I think I mentioned everything, and how fun it is. And
yeah. And I think you're being a little shy too, because what's the program? It's not STEM. It's the STEAM. So did I read right that did you develop the curriculum for that yourself?
Yes. Yes, we created it because we did some research about other preschools in the area, and there wasn't anything like it. And so we just thought it would be, a great way for kids to learn. It's all about hands-on learning, play-based learning. That's how kids learn best. So now it's year 2. This is year 2, and there's definitely spots open for that one. So
interesting.
Call today.
Call today. Yeah, because I was wondering, we're not doing this podcast really to promote Peppermint when you're like, well, we can't take anybody until 2026.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we always have. If you want a spot, definitely call. We'll get you it. But there definitely is a wait list, depending on the age.
Right. So.
But we can work our magic.
Yeah. No, and it's good, and especially because it is so community based that it's fun to see everybody come through. Or did you ever imagine yourself like this is where you're going to be?
No, I thought I was going to go back to the kindergarten classroom and be a public school teacher, and that just took a turn.
Yeah. Are you happy about it? Obviously.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. I'm sure after doing this.
There's not lacking public school teachers anywhere. So, I mean, I could do that, but I definitely fell in love with this. And I love not only working with the children, but the families, like I said before. It's just something I never thought that I would do.
Right. And you have a special place in the community dealing with that. Like, it's a whole different ballgame from what most of us do when people say they're involved in the community, like especially taking care of their kids like that.
Thank you.
Okay, so when you developed that program, though, it's very interesting to me. Did you recognize the need for that? Is that like a whole owner-staff thing?
We did recognize that there was a need for that in the community, especially after all the research that I did, looking around at what was offered in Grayslake. And so when we developed this, we just wanted to, give something that wasn't here. And, I mean, I've never heard about it anywhere in Illinois, but it's definitely...
What ages is that for again?
2 to 5.
So that's 2 to 5.
Yes.
Wow. Very cool. I like that with how busy that you are and how well that you guys are doing, that you're still looking for other ways to improve and to offer different services.
I have a problem.
All right, so then what's next?
Well, I keep wondering where our 3rd location's going to be.
Really?
So someday.
Wow.
We're going to do it.
Okay. Well, we'll be looking forward to hearing from that. It sounds like a lot of work to actually start all the way up. But you guys have all the plans in order. I mean, you're running 2 places that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know what to do. It's just finding the best spot.
Right. Wow. All right. So are we forgetting anything before we sign off?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, hey, I want to tell you, thank you very much for everything that you do for the community and taking care of all the kids. I'm sure that many people are listening right now. The children are there.
Yes.
I'll thank you for them. So
thank you.
And if your kids go there, make sure that when you come in to see Jessica that you say, hey, I listened to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, as she's blushing, knocking herself in the forehead here. Well, Grayslake, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure that wherever you guys are listening, whether it's on Spotify, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Apple Music, blah, 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 wherever you're listening, make sure to hit the subscribe button because then every week you'll be notified when a new guest is on. And once again, I do encourage you guys to listen to people that you don't know because I think it's kind of cool and it helps build community. And as we sign off, like we always say, we never what our friends are going through. It's socialization. So you never know what anybody's going through. So be kind to people and get out there and do one random act of kindness today. You never know how much that means to people. Or text somebody that needs to be texted just to say hello. Jessica, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dave.
And thank you, everybody, for listening to Discovering Grayslake. And we'll see you next Tuesday.